Hey guys, I'm Terry Runyan. I'm here to do a video about something that I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure that it'll unfold as I move along, and I'm glad you're here. In this video, I'm going to be completely transparent. I have been having these thoughts and feelings going through saying, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do with the next moment? Like, what is the next thing? And it's uncomfortable because I don't have anything that feels like it's coming to me. What I do know is that stuff is always happening and things are always coming. And the less I fret about whatever it is that's going to be next in my life, the more likely I'm going to catch that inspiration and that creative impulse as it comes up. I know if I'm fretting and I'm walking around thinking, what's next, I got to figure out what's next, or I have any sense of discomfort over just being okay now, that is a good way for me, if I focus on it, to stay distracted enough that I'm not catching the next sense of spark, that thing that wants to move forward in me. So I'm showing up at this camera without a sense of what I'm going to be talking about. But I thought the fact that I have spent time recently, like today, wondering what was next and what I'm going to talk about and, going a little bit crazy with it, I'm showing up here anyway to talk about that. Because in my experience, when I move forward anyway, whether it's with a piece of artwork or doing a video, something comes along with me that takes me out of the loop of thinking I need to figure things out. It sort of takes over while I'm speaking, or while I'm painting, or while I'm starting to paint or draw. I know today the prompt for the Daily Creating Group is winter clothing, so there's a lot of possibilities with this, and I know that I really enjoy dressing animals up. So this is a perfect opportunity to do that. I don't know yet how that's going to show up, what kind of animals I'm going to do, whether I'm actually going to do animals, if I'm going to use washi tape, if I'm going to just use watercolor, some pens. It's all a mystery. All I know for sure is that I'm probably, let me take that back. I don't even know this for sure. I think I'm going to be doing some winter clothes. Yesterday's prompt didn't happen for me. I started to do some artwork for it and I felt like going another direction, so I did something completely unrelated to the prompt, which is awesome because there's nothing that has to happen with these prompts. They're just there as a convenience in case somebody wants an idea starter. There's an invitation to join the Daily Creating Group in the notes below. So check it out and please link there and join us. And it's a great supportive community, encouraging and inspirational. So I hope to see you there. Now, continuing on with this not knowing what I'm doing today or in this moment, I am just right now just happy to be talking on camera. This right here, it feels real fun to me. It used to feel like the most frightening thing I could even imagine doing. But I think what's happening is that when I get on the camera and I start speaking, knowing that someone may be watching that might be helped or somehow inspired by or enjoy or just be entertained by something I might say on here or something I might create, gets me out of this self-focus about not knowing what I'm going to be doing. That is like the kiss of death with me. If I sit there with that and just try to figure it out, that doesn't work for me. I can't just sit down and figure it out. I actually have to get in motion. I have to start talking on camera or start playing with a paintbrush or a pen before I know what it is I'm going to create most of the time. So I really encourage you guys who think I'm waiting to be inspired before I start, that the inspiration really is not a requirement before starting. As we move into whatever it is that seems like the next thing to try, the ever-present energy of life, the life that we are, is there with us always and moving us, even if we think, now this is critical, we think we're not inspired. The fact we're thinking we're not inspired has nothing to do with what's actually going on. Our focusing on the thought that we're not inspired, our thinking we're blocked, all the things we do fretting around that idea is the only thing that's keeping the inspiration or the movement of creativity from happening in the moment. It's actually really happening in the moment because we're making up and creating that we're blocked. Even that's a creation. So as I basically ignore that kind of thinking and realize that every time I've shown up to do something, whether it's do a video or a piece of artwork, something cool usually happens. Even if it isn't cool, it's okay. I'm moving forward with what feels like the next thing, and that's enough. So I'm going to get started with my artwork, and I'll take you along with me. Right now, I think what I'm going to do is make a bunch of shapes with washi tape and paper, and then fit my characters into them. Okay, for now, what I think I'm going to do is use this paper. This paper is actually something that is a color copy of a pattern I made with some stamps. So instead of using the original stamped piece of paper, which is fine to do, but I didn't actually own this stamp, I borrowed it from someone else. So I stamped up a piece of paper and then I made these colored copies of this stamped pattern. So I have this, and I'm going to use some polka dotty washi tape and some stripy washi tape. So that's what's happening now, and I'm going to turn on my camera and see what happens. Okay, I messed up, so I pulled that off of there. No need to fret or worry, I can do this over. So what I do is I put the washi tape down first, and then I cut it with an X-Acto knife. Because I use a little thicker paper, which I'll link to below, it's called Stonehenge, I can use an X-Acto knife without very much pressure to cut this washi tape, and I won't cut through the paper. So that's just a little tip. And let's keep going. Okay, I've got the washi tape and paper part done for now. It may show up again in the end or in the middle, because I never know what's going to happen. But I think I'm going to continue on now with some watercolor and some pens. So here we go. All right then, that's it. I worked along here, made a bunch of little quote-unquote mistakes that I like to look at as opportunities for something new. So I had fun making this. There were times when I was thinking that I was really messing up and going the wrong direction, or this is taking too long, or I don't know, just those regular old habitual thoughts that jump up into my awareness when I start to do something new and different and creative. So I'm just learning over and over again that I can ignore those things and continue with what I'm doing in the moment. And I'm really happy you guys joined me on this journey. Again, you can link to the daily creating group down below. And also, I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share around if you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you soon.